Hmm. Hmm. Foolish woman. You think you are wise. You think I will let you have a happy home. I cannot be single and unhappy and let you stay married and happy. You always get every good thing before me. There is nothing special about you. Come and be happy, let me sing. Unless my name is not Funke. Stupid woman.
Long time ago, in the village of Oyo in Yoruba land, lived two brothers named Olamide and Ayo. They love and take care of each other so much. They came from a very poor family. They lost their parents at a very young age. Olamide, being the eldest, had to take care of his younger brother Ayo. They were loved by the whole villagers because of how humble, peaceful and kind they were. Olamide worked hard to make sure that him and his brothers were comfortable. Their parents left only one piece of land for them, so that was their only means of survival. They had to cultivate and harvest crops to sell at the market for them to survive. They also helped people in their lands by cutting grasses, planting and harvesting their crops. They did all sorts of work just to survive. They were never lazy. They were always up and doing. They grew up together with love and peace until one day, the eldest one, Olamide, became of age and decided to get married. One fateful day, Olamide went to cultivate crops on an old woman's farmland. The old woman came to him and told him about a lady that she knows and she wants him to marry the girl. Olamide, you are old enough to get married now. You can't keep working for people and taking care of your brother all your life. You need a woman in your life. I know of a lady your age who is not yet married. She is the daughter of my late friend. Her name is Folake. She is a very good girl. I want you to consider her. Go home and think about it and let me know when you have made up your mind about her. I will be waiting, the older woman said. Olamide agreed. He went home to think about it. When Olamide got home, he told his junior brother about it. His brother replied, "Why not see this lady first? Maybe you can bring her here so that she can stay with us at least for 3 days. Then you can observe her while she is here to decide if you can like or marry her." Olamide agreed. The next day, he went to the older woman to tell her about his decision. The woman took him to the lady's house to meet her. When they got there, they met the lady, Folake. Folake discussed with Olamide. She also agreed to come spend some time in his house for a few days. 2 days later, Folake came to visit Olamide to stay for some few days just like they discussed. Olamide and his brother welcomed her with a warm heart. They made her comfortable. She worked with them at the farm. She wakes up very early in the morning to fetch water and firewood and sweep the compound. She did all this for 3 days for them. When she was about to go, Olamide gave her a lot of gifts, thanked her for taking good care of them. He also declared his intention of marrying her and told her that he would come with his people to meet her own people to perform the marriage rites and all the necessary things to be done. She left and went to inform her people about it. The next day, Olamide went to meet his kinsmen to tell them his intentions of getting married. They all agreed to follow him. Few days later, Olamide and his people went to Folake's house to perform the necessary rites for the marriage. Folake's people accepted to give their daughter to them. After the whole ceremony, Olamide and his people took Folake home. When they got to their village, they celebrated the marriage. Everybody ate and drank and all left happily. The next few months at Olamide's house has been peaceful until one day Folake changed. Few months into their marriage, Folake got pregnant and later gave birth to a baby boy months later. Olamide and his brother were so happy. Olamide named his son Tunde. One day, Folake went to the market to get some things to cook. She met one of her very good friends, Funke. They discussed for a long time. When Folake was about to leave, her friend called her back and said,
Hey, Folake, my friend, I've been meaning to ask you, how are you comfortable living together with your husband's brother? If I were you, I would have chased him out of my husband's house long time ago.
Folake replied her friend, My dear friend, if I chase my husband's brother out, where will he go? Olamide, my husband, is the only surviving family he has. I can't come between them. Her friend replied her back,
Hey, Folake, stay there and be acting like a saint until soap enters your eyes. One day, your brother-in-law will marry his own wife and give birth to his own children. Then both you and his wife will be sharing the same house and kitchen. They might even chase you out of the house one day. You know your husband loves his brother so much that he does anything he wants. One day, your brother-in-law will tell his brother to put his wife in charge of everything in the house. Then you will understand what I mean. Better tell them now that you are in charge and put everybody at their place, even your husband, and watch them respect you.
Folake replied, I think you are right. Thank you, my friend. I will do as you say. Let me go home now and cook for my husband. Thank you for looking out for me. They said their goodbyes and left. When she got home, she kept thinking about the discussion she had with her friend and decided to work on it. When her husband came back, she served him his meal and refused to serve Ayo his own. Her husband questioned her why she acted the way she did. She replied, Ayo is old enough to feed himself. He is not a baby anymore. Stop doing everything for him. I am not his wife. I can't be cooking for him. Her husband got angry and said, What do you mean? This Ayo that you are trying to starve also contributed for this meal. We've been contributing money for feeding and house upkeep since Ayo started working. We've been doing that even before I married you till you enter this house. So you are not going to change that now or ever. I know you are going to cover up for him. He should go and get married so that his own wife will be cooking for him, Folake angrily said and left there. Ayo stood there watching his brother and his wife exchange words. Ayo, being the peaceful person, smiled and said to his brother, Brother, she's right. She is not supposed to be cooking for me too. She is your wife and not a slave. I understand her very well. Please don't be too angry at her. Please, brother, I'm not a baby too, so I can figure myself out. Olamide replied him, What do you mean? It's not like she's cooking the food differently. My wife's attitude suddenly changed and I don't know why. Maybe you should have a word with her and find out why she is acting this way and make peace with her, Ayo said. His brother Ola agreed and left to meet his wife. When he got there, his wife was just sitting down with an angry face. Olamide said to her, Iyawo mi, what is the problem? You have changed a lot. This is not the Folake I married. Please, my dear, tell me the problem. Folake replied, I'm no longer comfortable with your brother living with us. You should move out or rather move into the other small hut. He's not married to me. I can't be cooking for him too. Is this really your problem? Why will you ask my brother to move into that hut? We've never used it since our parents died. And that place is too small to live. We only use it for storage. He can't live there, Olamide said. I have said my own. If you want peace in this house, then your brother should move into that small hut, or else there will be no peace. Folake replied back and left. Her husband sat there thinking of what the wife just uttered. He can't imagine his brother moving in that kind of hut when there are enough rooms and space at the main big hut. He stood up and left. Since that day, Olamide had that discussion with his wife. They have never had peace in the house. Folake always making troubles, picking a fight with the husband and his brother. The younger brother Ayo had to clean up the small hut and move into it so that peace will reign. The next day, Folake went to the market to buy things. Then she met her friend Funke, who gave her that evil advice. They hugged and greeted.
Hey, see my married friend though. Folake, how have you been? Longest time. How is family?
Folake replied, "We are fine, my friend. And how are you?"
I'm fine, oh, my friend. I'm just waiting for the gods to give me my own husband like you now. See how you are shining, oh. I want to shine like you, oh.
Folake laughed and Funke said to her again, Folake, my friend, how about that thing I told you to do? How is it going? Funke, my friend, I showed my husband drama. I made sure there was no peace in that house until they did what I asked. My husband's brother has already moved out from the main hut to one small hut in our compound. I even stopped giving him food too. They all respect me now. She and her friend Funke laughed out loud, and Funke said to her,
Now you come. I told you, my friend, that it will work. See, I will take it to one Baba that will give you something you will use and lock your husband and even order him around. He will never question your authority again.
Are you sure about that, my friend? I don't want to kill my husband though. Please, Folake said. No, it will not kill him. It will only make him obey you. So trust me, my friend. I will never mislead you. I care about you, Funke said. So when will you take me there? Folake replied. Anytime you are ready. But tomorrow will be perfect. We will leave very early in the morning. She agreed. They said their goodbyes and left. The next morning, Folake and Funke met and they left to go meet the Baba. When they got there, they met one old man. They greeted the Baba and the Baba asked them to sit down and say why they came. Funke said, Baba, I brought my friend here so you can help her. Her husband do order her around and beat her too. Folake looked at her friend when she mentioned the beating because she knows her husband doesn't beat her, but she kept quiet. Funke continued. So, Baba, I want you to give her something that will make her husband always obey her and do what she wants. Is that what you want? The Baba asked Folake. Yes, Baba, that's what I want, Folake replied. The Baba then said some silent words, then brought a container filled with an unknown liquid substance and gave it to Folake and said, Take this, put it inside your husband's food once a day, just one drop for 3 days. Then say what you want. Make sure no one sees you and keep it where no one will see it. She took it, thanked the Baba. Before they left, the Baba said, Be careful, that substance can kill. And what you are doing has some repercussions, so tread carefully. Folake agreed, thanked the Baba, and left. On their way home, Folake thanked her friend Funke and left. Funke stood there watching her friend leave. She then said to herself,
Foolish woman, you think you are wise. You think I will let you have a happy home. I cannot be single and unhappy and let you stay married and happy. You always get everything good before me. There is nothing special about you. Come and be happy, let me see. Unless my name is not Funke. Stupid woman.
She hissed with bitterness and went home. When Folake got home, she cooked for her husband and secretly added that substance in the food and served her husband the meal. And he ate. She did this for a whole 3 days, just like the Baba instructed. On the 4th day, she tested her husband to know if the charm worked. Fortunately for her, it worked. She was so happy. She started ordering her husband around. She made her husband to have a fight with his brother, Ayo, and this drifted the two brothers apart. The love and care they once had vanished. Ayo will always wish for his brother to come back to his senses. What he doesn't know was that his brother was under a spell. He was just all alone, no family to talk to anymore. Folake was so happy about everything that has been happening. One day, Ayo decided to get married. He got married to a beautiful, good woman. They both loved each other so much. They both lived together happily in that hut. One day, Folake went to meet her friend Funke. She told her everything that has been happening in her home and how she is happy that she can now control her husband anyhow she likes. She also went ahead to tell her about Ayo and his new wife, how she has gotten pregnant very fast, that she caught her vomiting several times and overheard her telling Ayo her husband that she's pregnant. Funke sighed and said,
My friend, you need to wake up and act fast. If that woman gives birth, and if that child is a boy, there will be problems. Both your son and hers will be dragging everything, both your husband's compound and farmland. So my friend, better act fast before it will be too late.
What should I do? Folake asked.
Well, you only need to do one thing. You know I can never mislead you. I want the best for you. Why not use that substance that Baba gave you and add it to his meal? Add it plenty and give it to him. He will eat it and die. I know you are not in talking terms with him. Just cook for him. Pretend like you are making peace with him. Then serve him. But serve it when no one is around. Then pin it on his wife that you saw her poison the food she cooked for her husband. You know your husband will believe you since you still have control over him. It will chase the brother's wife out. Then you will have no one to compete with.
Thank you, my friend. You're a very good friend. They both smiled at each other, hugged each other and said their goodbyes. But Funke stood there laughing at her friend wickedly. When Folake got home that afternoon, she noticed that no one was at home except Ayo, her brother-in-law. She went to him and greeted him cheerfully. Ayo was so surprised at the greetings because he can't remember the last time Folake greeted him. He greeted her back and Folake said, Ayo, my good brother-in-law, I know we have not been in good terms or talking terms. I don't know what came over me. Please, I'm sorry, forgive me. I promise to change and be a good wife to your brother too. Please forgive me. She started crying. Ayo went to her and hugged her and asked her to stop crying, that he bears no grudges against her, that all he wants is for peace to reign in the family. Folake then said to him, Since you said you have forgiven me, I want to prepare a delicious meal for you as a sign of peace. Please accept it. Ayo agreed without having anything in mind. Folake went inside to prepare the meal. As she was preparing the meal, she added a lot of that substance that the Baba gave her inside the food, having the intention to kill Ayo. Few hours later, she served the food to Ayo. Ayo came out and saw the food. He was so happy. He thanked Folake and sat down to eat. Folake went inside and left Ayo alone. As Ayo wanted to eat, he started having the urge to urinate. He dropped the food and went out to urinate. Immediately he left. Folake's 7-year-old son came out and saw the food. Then he dipped his hands inside the food, thinking it was from his mother, because the food was in front of their own hut. He started eating it. As he was eating the food, Ayo came out and saw him eating. He innocently smiled and told him to continue. Ayo then sat there talking with the boy. Immediately, Folake came out and saw her son eating the food that she poisoned. She screamed loudly. It even surprised Ayo. She immediately took her son away from the food and started removing the ones in his mouth. He turned angrily at Ayo and asked him what happened. Ayo explained everything and how he met him eating the food when he came. Folake started screaming that he attracted the attention of people in the village. Few minutes later, the boy started vomiting blood. Folake was screaming and crying. Ayo stood there surprised, watching everything that was happening. Immediately, Olamide came back and saw people gathered around his compound. He went to see what was happening. Immediately he got there, he saw his son lying dead with blood all over him, and his mother was carrying him and crying. It was as if something left his eyes like a spell. He asked his wife what happened. His wife didn't reply. Then he shouted at her and then threatened to deal with her if she don't start talking. Then his wife said, "My husband, please forgive me. Our son ate the food that was meant for Ayo, your brother. I cooked the food and poisoned it to kill Ayo. I didn't know what came over me. I thought I was doing us a favor by killing your brother to avoid any competition in the future for our son. It is my friend's fault. My friend Funke talked me into doing all this. She took me to a Baba that gave me a charm. I used it in locking you so that I can control you. She also talked me into killing your brother. I didn't know it was going to hit me back. Please forgive me. It's all my friend's fault. I shouldn't have listened to her. I caused all the problems in this home. Please forgive me. An innocent child just died for nothing. Please, I'm sorry." Ayo and Olamide stood there watching. Ayo didn't even know what to do because she was imagining himself lying down there dead. Olamide went inside and brought out all his wife's bag and threw them outside and asked her to leave his compound and life and never to step foot in his compound again. The village youths picked Folake up forcefully and started taking her out of the compound. Olamide stood beside his dead son weeping. Ayo went to console his brother. The next day, they buried the boy, and Ayo and his brother with Ayo's wife grieved the death of the boy. They also lived peacefully and wished that nothing else would come between their love and happiness again. As for Funke, she was so happy with what happened to her friend Folake, but she didn't know Nemesis was waiting for her. One day, as she was going to the stream, she slipped and fell and couldn't walk again. They took her to a herbalist, but it was said that her legs can't be cured, that she will remain crippled forever. Funke remained crippled. No man came for her or to marry her. Everybody left her because she became a burden. She was suffering alone and even started regretting everything she did. She lived all her life alone, paying for her sins, and no one to mourn her death when she dies. 3 years later, Olamide married another wife, a good and beautiful one at that, and later gave birth to twin boys. Ayo and his beautiful wife already had 2 children, a boy and a girl. The both brothers became successful and rich. They had many lands and animals and even built more huts for themselves. They all lived happily ever after. As for Folake, she remained single all her life. No man agreed to marry her. She lived a painful and a sad life. The end. Hope you guys enjoyed the story. There are a lot of lessons to be learned from this story. Feel free to comment what you learned from this story in the comment section. Please do not forget to subscribe, follow, like, comment and share this video. Also turn on your notification buttons for more new videos like this. Thank you guys for watching. Till next time. Bye!